It is now.
Oh, look at Steve. He didn't like that, though. Look at him.
Let's just say he was really good.
A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Mr. Clutch has count 11.
He's definitely got that shot in his arsenal.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin. I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
To the right side. From past the arc. Rebounded by Jackson. Pistons trailed by 7. Here's Jennings. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. He kicks it to Monroe. Shot clock at 6, and he gets the bucket.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Definitely a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Yeah, the wise move would be to find themselves a quick shot right away.
You know, he started out hot, and he's only gotten hotter. He could be in for one of those games.
Left side, Jackson. Kicks it to Jennings. Here's Meeks. 17 points in his last outing. That one's in there. The Hawks' lead is cut down to 5 points. That time the bucket coming from Brandon Jennings. Teagues it to Bazemore. And the pass to Mr. Clutch. Right side, Teague. Here's Millsap. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And we are not going to halftime just yet. Officials signaling they are going to review the tape. That'll do it for the first half. Hawks ahead. They're up by.
Okay, guys. Solid play so far. I like what I'm seeing.
Beginning in just a moment. What can you say, Mr. Clutch? An impressive effort here today.
Well, in terms of his points in the first half, I mean, that's pretty much what we've come to expect out of him.
Yeah, that's an open book on all you need to know about what talent he has. I'll bet he adds a lot more to that tally in the second half.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for Atlanta. Millsap at power forward with Horford at center. Teague and Korver in the backcourt. And it's Mr. Clutch in at the 3. Teague the pass to Mr. Clutch. Pass to Korver. Here's Mr. Clutch. That one wide left.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Outside Jennings. Dishes it to Monroe. Fades back. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. Jennings has got 3 assists now in this one. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. Pass to Mr. Clutch. He's looking for Horford and finds him. And it's out of bounds to the Hawks as Atlanta retains possession. And what hot hands have been coming from the ranks of the small forwards this past month. A look at the leading shooting percentages for those players. And you look at Mr. Clutch, 4th in the league and as consistent as they come.
Well, that is such an efficient group offensively. That's really the best way to describe them. Nothing forced, just solid, smart shots.
And at small forward, that's the only way to post that kind of percentage. I mean, just letting them fly from the perimeter isn't going to get it done. You got to get it inside some, too.
A nice shot by Teague. Teague's got his second bucket of the game to go. Looking at the last game for the Atlanta Hawks, it was a win against the Utah Jazz.
And they did just what you have to do as a road team, guys. They never allowed any momentum to build up against them. Seemed like every time they took a punch, they had a counter.
You'll like this, Steve. Reverse spurtability, we call that. If they had any defensive lapses, they immediately made up for it with some instant offense.
Atlanta's gone to three-point range 7 times tonight, knocked down 5 of them. The pass to Mr. Clutch. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Clock at 6. He dishes it to Korver. Another three for Atlanta.
A wide open three. They need much better communication defensively.
Pistons trail by 4. Drummond sets the screen for Jennings. Drummond with a screen on Teague. Jennings kicks to Monroe. The shot's good. Jennings making the play. Jennings has got 6 assists in the game.
And a blazing start to the second half. They've hit all 5 shots.
.104 left to play in the third. Hill sets the screen for Jennings. Here's Jackson. Tries again. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And the defense fouling there to prevent that layup. 2 free throws here.
Nice job that time of attacking the paint and drawing the contact. They'll take that.
Mr. Clutch, he's checked in for Mike Scott. Here's Schroeder. Pass to Mr. Clutch. Over to the wing. Picked off in midair. And here we go. The Pistons fast break. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Guys, that's simply superb. Ball pressure, a run out, and then a dunk in transition.
Exactly, Clark, what they wanted. The aggressive defense to lead to.
Yeah, points in transition.
That's why you want to make the other team feel uncomfortable handling the ball, because you can get easy points out of it at the other end.
To the left side wing. Passes it to Mr. Clutch. Just 5 on the clock. That 3 off the mark.
You know, normally when you dominate on the glass, it really shows up on the scoreboard, but not so much here today.
You're right, Steve. Typically, it is a good barometer that indicates who's winning, but not so.
It's Jennings with the drive, and it's blocked. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. Hawks lead by 6. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
I was hoping we'd get a chance to see this one again. Thank you, Lonnie and the truck, for showing it. But it's passing like this that makes the basketball purists happy. This is the beauty of the game right here.
On the court for the Pistons, Monroe and Drummond. They're inside. Reggie Jackson out there with Jennings. And it's Meeks in at the 3 slot. Monroe, no good. Atlanta leading by 6. Korver passes to Mr. Clutch. Hawks passing it around. Fires the 3. And he gets the bucket. Mr. Clutch has got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Hawks. Clark, the coach, was really passionate in that last huddle, trying to do everything he can to get his message across.
You know, and I'm not sure what he wanted exactly, but he did it with enough fire that I'm guessing he's not going to be happy with any lapse in execution. I mean, he made his point pretty clear.
Now, tough call there on that illegal screen.
He didn't look set to me, Steve. I thought that was a good call.
The tray. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Third 3 in a row right there.
Adjustment time for the defense, guys.
Pistons trail by 12. Outside Jennings. He feeds it to Monroe. With the fadeaway. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. Jennings has got assist number 7 for him tonight. Detroit making a switch. Caldwell Pope checked in. Final quarter of play, about 1.5 minutes off the clock into it. It's tipped. Here's Meeks. Here's Jackson. It's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here. Here's Jackson. There's the feed to Meeks. Drummond, a screen. Monroe wide open. That doesn't go either for Monroe.
Well, he's been trying to add that mid-range shot to his arsenal, but it still isn't there.
And Jody Meeks gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Here's Mr. Clutch. Launches it. It's Drummond with the rebound.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, a little frustrated now, shaking his head after that miss.
Outside Jackson. The dish now to Monroe. And stolen by Horford. Outside Teague. The pass to Mr. Clutch. Sinks the 15-footer. Mr. Clutch has got the lead up to 12 now for the Hawks.
His shooting's been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons his team is up in this game.
Drummond with a screen on Teague. Drummond sets the screen for Jackson. Here's Monroe. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
I don't know if it's just me, but he's looked a step slow since the start of the quarter. His shooting has really suffered.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Feeds it to T. Shot clock at 6. It's tipped. Out of bounds. Hawks ball as Atlanta keeps possession.
Boy, that pass was in the air a long time.
Long enough for him to get a finger on it anyway and send it out of bounds.
Here's Mr. Clutch. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. He didn't exactly take it easy on them, saying, how much do you want it? Don't tell me. Show me out there. We have to play better. We have to play harder if we're going to come back. Guys?
The defense was ready for him that time, and they had to be. He is so powerful in the lane.
Jackson kicks to Meeks. Lets it go from deep. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Meeks got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Pistons. Teague, the pass to Mr. Clutch. Here is Korver, pass to Mr. Clutch. Right side Teague. Just 5 on the clock. Three-pointer. Atlanta again missing. Pistons trailed by 9. And Meeks kicks to Jackson. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Dishes to Monroe. And good on the basket. Book it. Monroe's got 26.
Great looking bounce pass to set up that play.
Over to the left wing. For 3. No good from Mr. Clutch. For Detroit, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter.
Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse.
Here is Korver to the wing right side. Millsap a screen. Mr. Clutch, the pass to Teague. Lets it go from the wing, and it's good off the back rim and in.
Tell you what, fellas, he loves those mid-range jumpers. I mean, that's where he makes his money.
He's checked in for Detroit. 1:09 left in the fourth quarter. He kicks to Meeks. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Hawks leading by 7. Teague, the pass to Mr. Clutch. The Hawks working the ball around. This one for 3, and that one's good.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces, going through the motions as it appears. It'll be a nice win here for the Hawks.
Right, Steve, and they're fully in control now, but there were some tense moments, I thought, for them throughout this game.
No opportunity really to coast, although the score may have proved.